Boom! Big old fat boy starting the video. What's up, my YouTube fam? Something else I love about this freaking knife, man, and the Swiss buoy is that crowned spine, man. It just looks so nice, and the way that it transitions, it doesn't just stop at a straight line. You know, they take the time to, you know, it looks so nice. It feels so nice. Man, that's dirty. Been carrying it around in my pocket. I was weed eating yesterday, so I got a little dirt in it. That's all right. Never hurt anything. Yeah, what a beast. Anyway, so continuing my review series of the Acuminous Edge packages. I've had the Swish set on the table here. I miss having the whole set. He was gracious enough to send two that he knew I already had just to complete my set while I was doing this, because Jared and Kara Neves, my friend Neves at Neves Knives, they've got my Techno 2 and my Spydie Chef. So I had just completed the set, which I technically still haven't done because I don't have the XHP Techno 1. This is the Oops version, the S30V Techno 1. Same polished stonewash finish, same knife, just it was supposed to be done in XHP. It didn't get done in XHP, it got done in S30V, so made a run of these guys, and then they swapped it over to XHP like they were supposed to, like they did on the Techno 2 and buoy. So I still got to grab one of those. I've been meaning to do it. Funds have been a little bit tight since I've been out of work, so I can't be grabbing anything right now except, you know, grabbing tight onto my wallet and trying not to spend any money. But yeah, so continuing on with that, you know, review series here. These two we're gonna loop in together because I have talked about these two knives in depth. But I did still want to post them up, still do a quick review on them, and just let you guys know I can do further than my first impressions on these, and I can go ahead and tell you, freaking spoiler alert, I'm in love with them. I love the whole Swish collection. I love LC200N. I love titanium. I love frame locks. I love sharp objects, people. Come on. You do too, or you wouldn't be watching this. Yeah, so the Spydie Chef still reigns supreme in my collection. I love it almost more than any other knife, and I think once I have this guy for a little while, the buoy, I don't know, I can't say that now that I got this K2 in here. That's my favorite knife right now, but this is still in my top three, man. I love the Spydie Chef. I use it all the time. I carry it so much. If you don't believe me, you can ask Jared and Kara Neves, or Neve rather. I always call them Neves because it's Neves Knives. Jared and Kara Neve, when they received my Spydie Chef, I'm sure they knew right away that this knife had some love. Not this knife, but my knife had some love. It was beat to hell. The titanium is almost just one massive snail trail. The blade, excuse me, I had scratched it so bad all over it from cutting things and mishaps on sharpening stones, from sharpening it so many times, that it was just so scratched that it looked terrible, and I felt bad even carrying it. So I ended up sanding the blade down, including the logos, and they're still there, but they're less visible, which sucks because I ended up sanding off the Swish Maker's Mark. You can still see it, but it's very, very light on mine, on my example, and I'm re-sanding that blade, just making it look nice again, giving it that machined finish again like you see here, because mine looked so terrible. I had so many horizontal scratches in it. It was displeasing to look at. Anyone who's a knife person that would have looked at that Spydie Chef would have, man, they would have been upset with me. Some people would. Some people would have said, damn, you use your stuff, that's awesome, but using a knife and then completely abusing it like I did the Spydie Chef for the first year I had it is it's a totally different ballgame. But the Chef, ergonomically, is a masterpiece. I freaking love it. Everyone who I know who's owned a Spydie Chef says the same thing, man. This thing is a workhorse. It fits so nicely in your hand. You can cut things. I mean, it keeps your hand up off of the cutting surface, as you can see there. I mean, it's great. It's really great. Steve, Super Steel Steve, he's a chef. He says that this thing is more like a fillet knife than anything else. And I would say he's probably right. I've used it in the kitchen. I haven't filleted a whole lot of stuff with it, but I've filleted some fillets, and it did a really good job of it. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful design. Anyone who does not have one and can get their hands on one, I highly, highly suggest it. And apparently, I'm not the only one that feels this way. because when I posted up that sale video and told everybody that all of these knives from Acuminous were going to be for sale, this knife right here got more attention than I don't even know what to compare it to. I mean, it got so much attention, man. I had like, this is no exaggeration, I think I had 25 or 30 people message me within an hour or two saying that they wanted the Spydie Chef. They didn't care what the price was. I had 2 guys hit me up separately and say that whatever the price was, they would double it. And I was like, are you freaking serious? You pay $400 for a Chef? And one guy was like, dude, I have been looking for one for a year and a half, still haven't been able to get my hands on one. And to those people I say, why do you not get on the Spyderco Facebook groups? They go up for sale pretty regularly. But I haven't forgot about those people. I said it in my last video, and I meant it. I know a lot of people that have knife shops and online stores, and they get them in pretty regular. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for them, and if I see one post up in the Facebook groups, I'm gonna hit them up and let them know. So if that's any of you guys, if any of you guys are the ones that hit me up, there was one guy in particular who I see on my Instagram all the time, and he hit me up and said, is there any possible way I can outbid someone for that Chef? And unfortunately, I wish it was going to operate like that, but I'm just not that kind of guy. Even though these don't belong to me, and Acuminous Edge, he may have felt differently on that. It's not the way I do business. If somebody gets dibs on something and they say they want it, and I say, hey, it's yours, it doesn't matter if you come and throw another $1,000 at me. I can't do that, man. I just can't. I wish I had a little more leeway on these to where I could, talk to Acuminous and see if he wanted more money and all that, but I don't have that kind of leeway on him because he told me he didn't give a crap. He wanted them gone. He wasn't going to carry them, and he gave me free reign to do it my way, and my way is the noble way, and that is first come, first serve. So unfortunately, that's how it worked on this one, but the Spydie Chef is a freaking great knife. If you can get one, get one. If you have one, hold on to it and beat the hell out of it like I did mine. That's all I'm going to say about that. Real quick, all those same things apply to this, except for the fact that it is not a kitchen knife. It's a thick little tank of a knife. I freaking love this thing. I love the little pop of green. I got mine from a buddy of mine, Jordan Dye, and man, this is such a killer little knife, dude. Anybody who's handled one would probably wholeheartedly agree that when you first look at it, you think there's no freaking way that's going to fit in my hand and feel good until you open it and use it. And then you're like, okay, I see what they're doing here. Steve was the same way. I sent him mine not for review per se, just to check out and play around with. And he handled it. When he first pulled it out of the box, that was what he said. He was like, dude, what the hell? That's not a freaking knife, man. I can't use that thing. He was like, it's super thick, it's super tiny. I don't think it's gonna perform, until he started cutting with it, and then he said he friggin' loved it. He cut some wood with it and did some hard use work with it, and I think he even went and met PM2 OG, and they took turns hammering it through cement blocks. I'm kidding. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. But anyway, Steve will love that if he ever watches my videos, which I don't think he does. But I'm just rambling, guys. I'm just trying to get these things in here, and after you shoot several videos in a row, you kind of start losing your train of thought and just kind of staring at the knives and trying to catch pretty glares like that. But that's it, dudes. Techno 2, awesome knife. It's a small little titanium frame lock, wire clip, stick. The Techno 1 is quite a bit thicker, and that's why I like the Techno 1 so much more, is because of the thickness. Look at that freaking blade stock, man. The blade stock on that Techno 1 is phenomenal. So you can see that blade stock is sick. I love it. They are very similar in size, but the Techno 1 is a little bit bigger, and to me is a little bit more ergonomic. I like a knife that has a little, I said that redneck as possible, I like a knife that's a little curved there. Vinny Nero likes the opposite. He likes a flat back design, but I like something with a little curve to it. It seems to suit me well. When you look down your hand this way, your palm dips in the middle. So for me, that curve fills my hand out nicely, and I like the way it feels. He seems to have an issue with it forcing him to have like a high pressure point right here in the center, and maybe it does. Maybe I just don't pay enough attention to it. But for me, that curve does feel nice. Says the guy who doesn't do a whole lot of hard use cutting. So he may do a whole lot more than me, and maybe that's why he's getting those results and I'm not. But I'm not here to combat what Vinny Nero's saying. I completely agree with him. It may be subjective, it may not, it may be factually based. But for me, I like a little bit more of a curve. I said that in one of my other videos too. If you haven't seen the latest videos that Vinny's put out, go check them out, man. He's been out of the game for a little bit. He's been busy. He was moving. I mean, he had a lot of stuff going on here lately, and now he has come back freaking full force. I mean, he just came out of nowhere and started just throwing down awesome content. So go check out Vinny Nero, man. He's a good dude. For any of you guys that are new to my channel, and I haven't said this stuff in a while because I try to keep my videos pretty, you know, decently short. I try not to do those 30 and 40 minute long, you know, talking videos and stuff. Some guys just hate that stuff, so I try to do my best, even though I'm a talkative person, to keep it somewhat short. So I haven't included this stuff in a while, and it's kind of my fault. It's accident. I'm sorry for that. I owe a lot of guys a lot of thank yous for helping me grow this channel. Patty's Potato Peelers, Woodland Tactical, BJ Hill, Blue Collar Survival, Kenny over In the Pocket, obviously Super Steel Steve. He says Bama Knife Guy, I think, every single video. I think he's got a game going with himself. How many times can he mention me negatively in a video? And right now, I think it's pretty much every video, so I'm just kidding. He's my best friend. I love Steve. Any of you guys that hear him talking crap and me talking crap, it's all in nothing but love, man. But these are all guys that helped me grow my channel when I first started out. So if any of you guys are not subscribed to those channels, man, there is, between Alchemy 1 and you know, Big Red EDC and Banner 24/7, all of these guys that I've named, especially Sed and Ada, I mean, dude, Pete is awesome. With the plethora of content that's involved in all those knife channels, if you are a knife guy, it doesn't matter if you're a bushcraft, outdoorsy type dude, Woodland Tactical, but would be like a Greek god to you. If you're a cut testing guy, Tom Hosang Outdoors, Gerald over at Outpost 76, Super Steel Steve, those would be guys that you'd want to get on board with. If you're a guy who likes intelligent, well thought out conversation about points that are factually based, that you can, I mean, that you can freaking drive home. I mean, that's Alchemy 1. I mean, he really, he thinks out his content. Same thing with Vinny. These are intelligent guys who have well thought out points that are exactly what I said. They're factually based, and they love to talk about that stuff. Banner 24/7, he does the same thing. He's always got these really well thought out kind of, not really speeches, that's the wrong word, but I can't think of another word. It's presentation almost of the way that he brings that information to the table, and it's always really well thought out. And occasionally Steve will accidentally say something smart too. So if you're looking for accidental intelligence, that happens on Steve's channel pretty regularly. It depends on how deep into the Knob Creek bottle he is, but we all know you can find plenty of intelligence at the bottom of a Knob Creek bottle. But with all of the different levels of knife content you can get, if you want some sure enough freaking like spread out across the board content where you get every type of knife known to man, you can go see the Neves. Neves Knives is their channel, and Kenny at In the Pocket. Kenny's, man, that dude's always got a freaking new knife in his hand. He posts pictures on Instagram. All these guys have Instagram pages too under the same names, except for Super Steel Steve. I think he's the only one. I may be wrong, but his on Instagram is Chef Kalari. Please go and give him some shit on IG if you get a minute. But Kenny, dude, he on Instagram, he'll post his 3 knife picture. He's always got 3 at hand, and dude, it's something crazy and wild every day. So if you want something that you know runs the gambit of nice stuff, go check out Kenny over at In the Pocket. I could just keep going forever, man. There's so many amazing channels. Patty's Potato Peelers is one of my favorite. I watch every video that dude puts up. He is wonderful. He's a guy that lives over in Ireland. He's an Irishman, and he is awesome. He's always got something great to say. He's such a good-hearted guy, and you can tell at the moment he opens his mouth, you're like, this is a genuine dude. You don't even have to hear him say a full sentence, and you're like, this is a genuine dude. He's full of love, man, and he loves to share it with everybody. He loves to share his hobby, his sharpening skills, his love for knives, his love for the community. So if you guys are new to my channel and you don't know, or even if just one of those channels didn't ring a bell for you and you haven't heard their name, go check them out, man. I owe a lot to those guys. I'm not a huge channel yet, but almost every sub that I've gained has been not by my hands. It's been, you know, I'm sure people stay to watch the content, but the reason that most of the people watching these videos came here is because other people promoted my channel, and that's just amazing. So I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, that's pretty much it, man. Techno 2, freaking thumbs up. Spydie Chef, if I had 3 thumbs up, I'd give you 3. I've got 2. Let me reach way around the camera. 2 thumbs up for the Spydie Chef. 2 thumbs up for a Cumulus Edge, man. 7 thumbs up for that guy. He's killer. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you're freaking missing out. That dude's got a Microtech collection like you would not believe. He's one away from having every custom Microtech SOCOM Elite that there is. And if you don't go check out his daily pics, man, you're missing out. He is killing it. Same thing with I cannot remember his last name, but it's Scott Big Bore. So like Scott _ Big Bore, and I can't think, like I said, I can't think of his last name, but if you'll go check those guys out, man, you'll be super impressed with their content too. But I've rambled enough. We just tipped over 16 minutes, and I think only 7 of it was knife related. The rest of it was me babbling. If you stuck it out to the end, man, thank you guys, dude. And I say this at end of every one of my videos, but just know that it's a real feeling. It's not just some gibber that I say at the end of the videos. I really do love all of you guys, man. You all mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate you watching my content. So that's it, guys and gals. I love you. I'm out.